Welcome to Ask Me Anything, episode 1. Let's start right away. 3-5 hours every day. Don't you have a job? Actually, I do have a job, but I'm lucky that I have enough time to spend on Elite and I didn't play any other games since I started playing Elite. And I just recently paused Elite for Mad Max and Witcher 3, so I play Elite for like 15 months or even more. I started in June last year. And in my opinion, 3 to 5 hours every day on average is not that much. Yeah, and if you wonder, I actually also have a life. Yeah. I'm a new player with an almost all A-grade Viper. What to do next? Well, after Viper I would go for Diamondback Explorer, 2 medium and large hardpoint, or Vulture, 2 large hardpoints for bounty hunting. To get federal ships, you need to rank up with Federation, and fastest way is spending money on charity missions. Probably not a good idea for you, but supposedly you can bounty hunt and cash in bounty vouchers at right stations, increase your reputation with that faction, and if that faction is aligned with Federation, you should slowly gain reputation with it and see naval progression missions. At least in theory. And don't forget that missions bring extra money. If you can find a good place and right faction, you can kill pirates, receive bounties and cash in mission rewards. As for T-Flight HOTAS, there are 2 ways: find already existing bindings and use, make your own through trial and error. And you can find many already user-made custom settings for T-Flight HOTAS, just Google. And actually Pilot's Guide has one setup for T-Flight HOTAS. So if you are interested, download it and take a look. Viper Mark IV will be available for all beta level players for free, but does that include lifetime pass users? As we know, Viper trades a bit of maneuverability and speed for better internals, but it has same hardpoints, too small to medium. And the newsletter stated that we are happy to announce that, as promised, every player who backed our original Kickstarter at beta level or above will find a Viper docked at Starport for free. And judging from this, I would say no. Lifetime expansion pass doesn't give you access to this ship. But remember, if you want to know official answer, contact customer support. Customer support is exactly for this reason, to answer customer questions. What country are you from? I'm from Latvia. Officially it's called Republic of Latvia. In Latvian, Latvias Republika. It's a country in Baltic region of Northern Europe. What do you think could be done to try and reduce the grinding aspect of Elite? More options to choose from with same benefits will feel less grinding. So my idea would be to more or less even income from all activities. Trading, mining, combat, piracy, exploration, all should give you same rewards. Otherwise, if you do something other than trading, you feel like you are wasting your time. If you like that activity, it's not that bad. But if all activities feel similar, then it's really a waste of time. Also, more options, less grinding. With Horizons, there should be less grinding because we will have some other things to do. Unique things like driving SRVs, playing with planetary bases, and exploring surface of planets. Airless moons for starters. Will that be enough to keep our interest? I don't know. Also, Elite is a sandbox game, so we must have a player-driven events. But because of easy switching between open and solo, we cannot have PvP missions or serious community goals, and as it's sandbox game, there is no story. So we want more action, but we actually can't create it. Because when we try to do something, other players just go to solo. And NPCs are totally lame at best. Community goals and power play is a joke, sorry guys. Some things must be only available in open and some things only in solo. And we need to separate these game modes. That's the only solution I can think of to make this game great for solo and for open players. And we also need Game Master to create events, specific events. Hopefully that will happen at some point. How much money would it take for you to say you prefer Star Citizen to Elite? I'm a greedy person, 5 billion credit balance confirms that, so I'm open to your offers. But the real question is, will I play Star Citizen when it comes out? Well, I'm invested in that game and I might try it out if I will have time and if that game will ever be released in first place. and I require a good host support. I will not play with mouse and keyboard space sim games. Sorry guys. Space simulation games with mouse is same as driving your car with gamepad. I will not drive my car with gamepad, and I will not fly my ship with mouse. And actually Star Citizen released a new ship on sale, around $1,000. Yeah, what can I say? I have no idea who is buying those ships, and why, for the games that has nothing to show you yet. How we will dog Panther, Clipper, Corvette and other ships. Well, as you see from this concept art, if nothing is changed, Panther Clipper is just slightly taller than Anaconda. I don't see any reason why you can't dock Panther Clipper same way as an Anaconda and Sidewinder. In one of the books written by Michael Brooks, we can read that Panther Clipper barely fits letterbox and requires high skill to dock. Anyway, if Michael Brooks wrote that in his book, I'm pretty sure Panther Clipper will fit letterbox. I also do not see any reason why Corvettes wouldn't fit letterbox. I would say that there won't be any ships that are bigger than letterbox in 1.5 update. Capital ships in separate expansion, yes, but I doubt in 1.5 we will see such ships. Do you plan to update your pilot's guide as we go into 1.4, 1.5 and Horizons? I don't have such plans right now. This might change though. But I try to add new articles frequently to Pilot's Guide online page that you can find at nosuchwebpage.com. Funny name. Many of those are tied with my videos. Go to nosuchwebpage.com, and I already added there most of Pilot's Guide sections. And it's also easier to edit online than change each time in PDF. How did you find ED? How many hours you have on it? If I remember correctly, my brother pointed me into right direction because we both love space sims. We played Privateer, Wing Commander, X series. As about hours, I don't really want to know. Hopefully Frontier will not implement such stats. I would say that in 15 months that I spent playing Elite, I invested more than 2000 hours. Well, it's including all betas and before official release. So from last year, June, I'm playing Elite. Do you plan to collaborate with other Elite YouTubers? Squid of Love, Obsidian Ant and Commander Chaos Wolf. Well, I've never spoke with other YouTubers about collaboration. Squid of Love actually visited our TeamSpeak several times. That was very long time ago, and we had just general conversation about the game. So I can't comment on co-projects with them. If such proposal would surface, I would definitely give it a thought. I think we all have completely different approach to how we play the game and make videos, which is very good for you guys, because you can find what you really are looking for. Should I just jump from my lovely Python to a lakon type 9? You will have Python plus type 9 faster if you exchange Python for type 9 and earn money in type 9. But type 9 in open play is risky if there are players that want to kill you, because type 9 is an easy prey. And if you switch ships, you will earn more, but won't be able to land on outposts, and jump range for type 9 is shorter. I would say if you want to trade only and faster reach a state where you have 2 ships, go for type 9 and play very carefully in open. But if you want to fight as well now, keep your Python. How can you grind billions of credits? All fine, but you can't go exploring. Well, nothing really to discover there. And money reward is not worth it. Nobody to shoot at. Well, with CQC you can say that you can shoot anytime, but it's not the same. Horizons are not out yet. Can't land on airless moons. Landing on planets with atmosphere is far away. Targoids are nowhere to be seen yet. And I can go on. There are many reasons why I will go exploring after some expansions are out. For now, there is really not a single reason why I will go and explore. Well, apart from reaching elite in exploration, but I don't need that. Do you know why there is no way in game to accurately identify good trading destinations? I have no idea actually. I agree that there must be trade data computers that would take your internal compartment slot and for the price tell you exact price at each station in system you are in. So all you had to do is jump into next system, pay some cash, activate your trade computer, and you will see right away current market prices for all commodities. That's how it's usually working in other games. And about trade routes, you must search for power passive bonuses like 5%, high-tech goods, minerals, and other commodity discounts, and search only right economy systems under influence of those powers. You can even combine some power benefits and get around 10% profit and 10% from commodity value. So 10% from palladium would be around 1.3 thousand. Add to that regular profit 1.7 thousand and you have 3,000 profit per ton. Do you see online trade planner as wrong to use for help? I don't, everybody plays how he wants, and there are many websites that might help you. I call them shortcuts, and normally I don't take shortcuts in games. And there also is Reddit and other sites that have information about trade routes, so use Google and you will find some. Just keep in mind that posting your trade route will effectively kill it for some time. Supply is limited. Do you think player versus player missions will ever be possible? If Frontier wants this game to be great for solo and for open play, then they must separate both universes. One for solo private group players and completely separate universe for open players. Both universes should have their own background simulation, different set of missions and activities, and only then we all will have better games. Elite in many ways is a very rough idea that needs polish. What's your way for overlooking these things? Well, I completely agree. AI is not even ridiculous, it's totally unacceptable for me. Ranking up is a joke that requires you to grind for so many hours that it's not even funny. Naval progression must have unique missions for each rank and not same random generated stuff we see on bulletin boards. And for Admiral or King you will have very tough mission. And I also think that you should not be able to have Admiral and King at the same time. You should choose. If you are forced to pick one, only one of those, you will actually feel that it's worth something. And here is why I keep playing Elite. First of all, and main reason is friends. Chatting and flying together is a good way to pass time, especially if you have totally international friends from all over the world. In the end, it's not about playing the game, but about communicating with your friends. And that's exactly how I can play for 3 to 5 hours every day, easily. Second reason is future. We know there will be different expansions with completely game-changing mechanics. Horizons will be out this year, and we all are silly humans, and we all hope that Elite will only get better in time. With planetary landings, with landings on planets with atmosphere, first-person shooter, shipboarding, walking inside spaceship stations, multi-crew ships, capital ship management, Targoids, blah blah blah. Silly, silly humans. It's also a habit. It's relaxing to fly for several hours every day. And if you get used to it, maybe it's an addiction really. But it's better to be addicted to Elite than to something else. And there is no better game to play if you want space sim games. So we are stuck with Elite until someone releases a better game. Combat drones, possible in Elite, dangerous or not? Devs already confirmed skimmers. These are drones that will be protecting bases on airless moons, and they will be AI controlled. So we should have a lot of fun shooting those down. And we already use mining, collector and fuel drones, so if developers will want that, we will have those drones in no time. But will players be able to use combat drones? Well, I don't think so, because in the game we already are using a drone, our ship, we are not flying it. Maybe bigger ships will have such an option to deploy small AI-controlled combat drones, but nobody can tell if that is even planned now. I am personally looking forward to multi-crew ships with fighter base. And if we think about this, combat drones can be a very good addition for solo players. Because in open play you already have many players and network issues, but for solo players it might work, so I would be perfectly fine if solo players would have combat drones. What is your personal opinion on a Ferdlands? Is it a sensible investment for someone with 20 really, that does bounty hunting, but Ferdlands base price is around 50 mil and you need to double that amount to make it combat effective. Well, if you can afford Ferdlands for bounty hunting NPCs, it's as good as any ship. It has great shields and huge cannons, real deal. Mediums can be filled with some thermal and projectile weapon mix as you wish. Bottom line about Federlands is, if you try it out and you like it, use it. If you try it out and you don't like it, go for Python or even Anaconda. My personal opinion is that Federlands I would not use for bounty hunting if I can afford Python, because 3 large and 2 mediums in my opinion are better than 1 huge and 4 medium. Yes, you lose in speed, but if you are hunting mostly NPCs you don't care. About player hunting, yes, I would pick Federlands over the Python. But then again I would pick Assault Ship or Clipper over the Federlands. It's just because I like those ships more, not because they are better than Federlands. Each ship has its own pros and cons. But if you can find a loadout that suits you, and you can use that effectively, why not? Federlands is as good as any ship. You just need to get used to flying it. So this is all for episode 1. Thanks for watching.